Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakadash. The honestly elders sing honestly apostles from Google and Teachro. And we're gonna get into this word here. Now, the name of the Father is Yahweh, and the name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, and we come to prophesy to our people, the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, and to prophesy the downfall coming to this kingdom known as Babylon, America. Revelation chapter 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye Adolinda, and woe to the hands of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because you know that hath but a short time. Okay, so Esau Edom, he's a so-called white man, and he knows that he has a short time right now. So that's why he's brushing all this crazy stuff. He's doing all this, man. And yeah, man. Revelation 13 and 16. And there's one thing he's gonna try to bring this RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. And cause all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. 17. And no man might bow his souls if he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's what he's gonna bring. He's gonna bring this RFID microchip to kill a lot of our people, man. A lot of people are gonna take this RFID microchip, man. Okay. This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receives mark in his forehead and in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cups of the nation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. So that's what's gonna happen if you take this RFID microchip. You're gonna be burnt with the missiles. That's gonna drop here in Babylon, on America here. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 which thou sawest upon the beast, he shall eat the horn, shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's that fire and brimstone, these missiles. They're going to burn Babylon the Great. Back to chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. So right there it tells you it's not going to tarry, it's not going to take a long time, it's going to come. is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When enemies shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them. And that's gonna come on spiritual powers and stuff. That's the Lord lifting up a standard. Okay, all these signs that are happening in the earth, the water turning to blood. Okay, everything, the locusts, all these are signs. The same signs from Exodus, from Genesis, from Moses and Exodus, is same happening right now. So we're approaching Jacob's trouble. The second Esdras 15 and verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand to fight against another, and swords in their hands. 16. There shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall not pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the house with the sword, and spoil the goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And so that's what the time that we're entering into, Jacob's trouble. Okay, pretty soon. Okay, we're entering into the end. That's at the time right now. We're in the end. Second Esdras chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told you before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is made manifest. And so that's the time we're entering into, the end being made manifest. We're in that time right now. It's Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. And it reads here, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Easy in the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. Exactly, so that's the time we're entering into. Jacob's trouble, Jacob's hell. That's why it reads here in Romans chapter 13 and 11. And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So now it's time to wake up high time to wake up out of sleep. That means, you know, right now is the time to wake up and get this word. Revelation 12:12. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Patient in tribulation, and that's the time we're entering into tribulation. We're in these times and in these last days now. Okay, this Ecclesiastes 12. And 1. Remember now that Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, when the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, when the grounders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows will be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of grind is low, and he that shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and the desire shall fail because man go to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. So ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken out the fountain, or the wheel broken out the cistern. Okay, so there it tells you, remember your Creator before the evil days come not. Meaning repenting and return, before Jacob's trouble comes. Which is where the military is going to be coming in and enforcing vaccinations and killing people, man. It's Matthew 24 and verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as will not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. So there in Matthew, Yahushua talked about it there. It says, nor ever shall be. Right? So yeah. Oh man, dude. Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and their grievousness which they have prescribed. And so that's what these elites, these wild childs are going to be doing. Making new laws, making more draconian laws, and leading it up to their one world government. And so with that, they're gonna be trying to kill everybody, man. Everybody they see, everything, man. Okay, everything's gonna be gone. Everything's gonna be, you know, desolate, man. Jeremiah 51 and 37. And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, and astonishment and hasten without an inhabitant. They shall roar together like lions, they shall yell as lion whelps. In their heart will I make their feast, and I will make them drunken, that they may rejoice and sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, saith the Lord. Yahweh, I will bring them down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams and he-goats. And that's what the Most is going to be doing, alright? Hebrews 1 and 1. Elohim, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. Verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world. So it says there in verse 2, hath in these last days. Because we're in these last days here. 2 Peter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord Yahweh will come as a thief, Lord, he will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and all the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. That's talking about the missiles, what the missiles are going to be doing. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear not those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast you into prison. The devil being the white man, the so-called white man, that ye may be tried in trial tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Because also they're going to be trying to torture us in these FEMA concentration camps. This is Revelation 3 and 10. Talking about the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And so that's what's going to happen, and that's what's going to come, you know. So I'm going to just again close out with Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to you, houses of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That great wrath is him coming for us, man. Coming to get the Lord's prophets. Bringing in this famine of the word and all these chaos. All these unrighteous decrees. The RFID microchip. RFID microchip, which is in Revelation 13, 16 to 18. So yeah, man, you know, Lord willing, this is edifying. I pray and hope that this is edifying, and peace, blessed salutations to hopefully elect. Double honors to the elders. Peace, blessed salutations to apostles. Okay, across the four corners of the earth, preaching this word of truth, and in sincerity. Abide with ball, abide with ball, abide with ball. But until next time, shalom.